Hey there guys, and welcome back to another episode of Let's Speedrun Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening. In the last episode, we made it here to the 5th dungeon in the game, Catfish's Maw, and in this episode, we will be taking it on. So first things first, you want to skip the text box by equipping your sword and feather. Jump over this guy, charge up a spin slash, and ideally, the thing with those guys is you can't hurt them when they're facing you, but if you get good RNG and they walk towards you, and you kind of are over their hitbox in the air when you release your sword slash, it'll kill them instantly. Also, I think it's probably just faster to kill the Keese normally as opposed to waiting to charge up a spin slash. I don't know why I did that, but there you go. So here, if you just stay holding to the left, you can keep going. Wait on that one just for a split second. The goal here is to... that was actually really good luck. The goal here is to get all 4 blocks pushed together and then save and quit once you get the key. Alright, so next things next. Just head up here, ignore the enemies. Charge up a spin slash. Ideally you would kill all 3 enemies, but it happens. So here is the first time we run into this mini-boss. We're gonna run into him 4 times. So what you want to do is you want to kind of charge up a spin slash generally around this area because he's gonna fall right about here. So spin slash him into the corner, bomb arrows 3 times. The next time we run into him, and the time after that, he's going to take 2 hits, so we're actually equipping sword and bombs, so we don't have to use bomb arrows. Second time is actually coming up quite soon. So this is kind of like a music cue-based sort of thing, so it's timing based and positioning based, so just kind of follow what I do, and as far as the bomb position. So there you go. That's how you can beat him a little bit faster without having to change to bomb arrows. So here you switch to feather, avoid enemies, try to avoid enemies anyway. Kill these guys, hold your sword out, and now we actually have the 3rd fight. Alright. And there we go. Now we can switch to bracelet and feather. And here is actually one of the trickier tricks in the game. Yeah, if you get good luck, you can get a damage boost off those guys, which is pretty nice. So here we've got an interesting trick. I know there's a way to do it without having to like set yourself up. I'm gonna try that once and see if it works. I doubt it will. No. Okay, so basically what you want to do, at least what I do, is I position myself so my feet, like you see how there are those bumps at the bottom of this ledge? I position myself so I'm kind of on the edge of the 2nd full bump, right here, and then you charge up your boots, and then jump with correct timing. It's a tricky one, because you don't have a lot of room to work with. There we go. So there is a way to do it without setting yourself up with really, really good timing, but I've never taken the time to get to know it. So here is the boss key, and basically what that did is it allowed us to get the boss key while we were in that area without actually needing the dungeon item, because normally you would need the hook shot for that. So let's see if we can get good luck again. Unfortunately not. But there we go, we got good luck there. So now we are heading back down here, because this is where we're gonna run into the 4th and final encounter with this mini-boss. So this guy, this time it's gonna take 3 arrows again, And you also want to just wait over him because he drops the dungeon item, which is a fun little thing. There we go. Make sure you wait until the animation of Link holding it over his head is done, because I have done not that words. My goodness, I have accidentally save and quit while he was still holding it over his head, and it's been a bad time. You'll be at the entrance and you won't have the hookshot. So make sure you grab these, I think 200 rupees right over here. That's very important to later in the game. So let us see here. This is really, the hookshot is really nice because it's a good bit more powerful than your sword is currently. And here we got jumpin' bloopers, or these aren't bloopers. Oh god, I forgot their name. But anyway. So here, avoid enemies, use hookshot, get that guy stuck in the door if you can. And here we're going to have the first instance of some fun tricks. This one is basically what happens is when you jump into a pit, you see how you can, even the pits are tile based, so if you jump directly into a pit you fall right down, but you can stay on the corners and kind of float along the edges of the pits. So if we take advantage of this, you can do this and actually sequence break a really big portion of the dungeon, because usually you're supposed to come from down here, but instead we're coming from over here. Usually this entrance is actually useless, it's a dead end, but not for speedrunners. Oh wait, no, don't do that. Alright, so this boss is the biggest reason why we get the blue tunic in this run, is because basically with the red tunic it works, the physics of your sword works similar to with a piece of power, where there's kind of a knockback effect, and that also delays how quickly you can hit an enemy. And this boss, with this boss, it's very important. This boss is a very random boss. So basically he takes 8 sword swings, and with the red tunic it's very hard to get in more than 3. So you have to get 3 cycles, which adds a lot more randomness, whereas with the blue tunic it's much easier to get 2 cycles, although it's, you know, sometimes it happens, you make mistakes. So let's get into it. So oh goodness, that's why I didn't pause right there, is so that I could switch to sword and hookshot. So here is the fun little boss of Catfish's Maw. So basically, stay going around here. It's completely random which hole he's gonna pop out of, but when he does, there, see, I got 4 hits in really quick. It's very difficult. Oh, dang it. Okay. So basically, you can see that was actually, even despite the mistake, that was about as good of a fight as you could possibly get. That is pretty much a perfect fight. But with the red tunic, you would have been, the delay, instead of like bam, 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 it would have been more like bam, bam, bam. So you would have had to like actually wait a while, and I've gotten 4 hits off before, but like he has to be at the opposite end of the room so you can kind of follow him, and you get the last hit right here. So it's just not worth it. That's basically, this is the biggest reason why the blue tunic is important. Not to mention, it's also just nice for a couple of tricks later on to give you some extra health, so you don't have to worry about dying in a couple of sequence breaks later, because the red tunic actually doesn't do any extra damage on any boss, I don't think. So it's not very useful, basically, what I'm trying to say. So I'm gonna switch to the feather before the next episode, and there we go. So that is the 5th dungeon completed, and this is also the last dungeon that we will be doing in order. Usually it's, you know, 1 through 8 in order, but we are going to be doing, next we'll be doing the 8th dungeon, then the 7th, then the 6th. So we're completely destroying the sequence of events here. But that will have to wait until next time on Let's Speedrun Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening. So until then, thank you everybody so much for watching, and I will see you next time.